It's a colorful foresight where we intuitively connect from within. And it's woo woo time where we connect our woo woo into our mundane living. Hello, woo woo! Are we ready? Here we go. It's woo woo, even for me. So I have with me today, first of all, I'm Sylvia. Hello. Um, Thank you. And we have Tarot Stash, Gerald. Please like and
Everybody like
subscribe.
and subscribe. Yes,
Yeah.
I am thrilled to be a guest. I'm a guest on Colorful Foresight. My name is Tara Stash. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. I for you
All
that
of the best chatters are doing it, Sylvia.
Best Shatter. We figured out what Best Shatter represent in a card in a tarot card in one of my live. It's Three of Cups, right? That's
Yes,
the nice one. We got the Five of Wands. Like sometimes you got to figure out how to work with the
I remember
people
that.
in the comment. So it's really interesting how to see the Best Shatter in the
Mhm.
form of a tarot card. So yeah, so I'm basically colorful foresight, just everything about intuition. I like to say that everybody has it. Some people work at it, so they, and maybe some people have in their life path or their in their family line, so they seem more psychic, more in tune. But in reality, everybody's intuitive. It's just like
Mhm.
everybody getting miracles. If you don't think you're getting miracle, you're gonna find out tonight because we're gonna do some miraculous, but also the miracle in the mundane lifestyle. So, anything come to your mind, Gerald?
Well, actually, I really like that. There's a new tagline: "The miracle in the mundane." So that's really good. That's
And I
really
was just sharing with Gerald. I'm like, I was just planning to do it woo woo even for me once a month.
good.
Not, but it seems like this month because of the different guests, I've been doing like every week. So today I was praying. I'm like, oh my God, I kind of gave like all my best stories, like the ET one, Mother Mary, and all that. So they gave me, so my spirit guide reminded me of the very practical, mundane things. So I'm
Yes,
going to share some of it. And I did ask Gerald to pull out the Rider Waite form of the Four Cup. Can you pull it out?
yes.
And this is something I saw in another channel, but I'll bring it up here. The Four Cup in the Rider Waite, you always see that cup, three cup in front of them, and the cup on the side. Those
Mhm.
are the things that the spirit give us that we don't even notice because we're focusing on the front. We're like kind of out
Mhm.
of it. Like here are the miracles that are given to us, but we don't notice it because we're looking at this.
Yes.
So the idea of how many times we get miracles or interesting insight and we kind of dismissed it.
Hmm.
So that's kind of the theme for tonight.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I also think, Sylvia, with this, um, this also suggests the need for us to keep moving and looking around for possibilities, because when we have our focus outward and we're not rotating our heads looking around, we miss those small little gems.
and
So,
and and that's exactly it. That's exactly because I was telling, oh my God, what am I going to share today? I've been sharing like every week, and it proves right here how often we are receiving it
mhm.
in a little way. And so you'll hear some of my stories, but because Gerald's my guest, I'm gonna let him share one. We're gonna go like you, me, or you want me to start, and then you go from
No,
there.
I can start. I was thinking about this. I've been paying attention to this for about a week, trying to think of little things, and
Right.
there was a time period. I'm a diabetic, so when I was first diagnosed with the diabetes, my sister told me in passing. She says, "Oh, there's this clinical research that's going on." And, I wonder if that's something that you could do. Well, I didn't think anything of it because, to be honest with you, I was a college student.
Hmm.
And so, but what I did was, I'll try to be succinct with the miracle. So I I contacted this place. It was out of Cleveland, so I had to drive 2.5 hours to get to this appointment, go through a series of tests, go through a series of, psychological review, stuff like that. And had to go up a couple of times. And they were testing two things. One, they were doing an experimental way to approach diabetes, and they were doing the way that most people did. And the miracle was for me is one that I got accepted into the program, and then people were randomized. I was randomized into the experimental treatment, which turns out is a very good thing because I was just a diabetic for about 1.5 years, not quite 2 years. And what they have found out that the sooner that you start this really intensive treatment, the long-term impacts are reduced, especially when you manage it quickly. So, by the way, for entertainment purposes only, on that. But so I was very fortunate, and it was miraculous that within 1.5 years of being diagnosed, I got into this research, which basically probably has prolonged my life and kept me healthy. So the miracle about it is in passing, my sister said, "Oh, here, I've heard about this." And I said, "Well, yeah, let's try that." And then I got put into the experimental group, which that's been 30 some years ago. 30 it might be 36 years ago. So, and it's like really incredible. So I'm very fortunate for that, because being a person with this medical diagnosis, it can get really crazy. But it was miraculous that I was able to get there. So
Your
there's,
sister is like kind of the fourth cup, or the spirit, or somehow they made her hear the story.
Yeah.
And then he happened to also went for it. Thank God. Because there are probably things that we get opportunity. That's what came to my mind, that we don't take up.
Yes.
Hi, Fatima, Nancy, Care Bear, and Plucky.
Hey, everybody.
That's amazing. And you look good now, so working.
Well, thanks. So, and it's those things that when they unfold, I think part of the miracle is, Sylvia, is when these opportunities unfold and we just follow them through, that, it just keeps giving and giving and giving. It's really amazing.
Yeah, the miracles are in the practical. It's not always like, prayer, but you also have to take action and things like that. So that's really a good one. Okay, this is going to be really mundane. Okay, now to get StreamYard Pro, I'm telling you, that's when my spirit guide showed me. I'm trying to share with you guys that miracle's not always just like the one that's so woo-woo.
Yes.
But to pray for Pro, I was already praying for Canva for the year. I didn't have the money for it. So I was just thinking about it, praying. Then next day or like within the month, my friend's like, I have StreamYard. I can make you admin.
Wow.
I know you guys like, what? How is that a miracle? Because I wasn't talking about it. You know what I mean? And also because I can make her admin for Canva. So it's like these are the little things, that the opportunity that was given. I could have dismissed it. We're going with the mundane guys. These are the miracle. The little.
Yeah. I think it's really important. Mundane, there's a lot of importance in the mundane.
Absolutely.
when we see the miracles and the what we would call the mundane, I honestly think that's where a lot of the magic happens. Because anytime that we take something mundane, doing dishes, washing dishes, cooking a meal, those can be mundane things. Changing the bed sheets, washing laundry. There's an opportunity to add woo-woo to that. And I think when we pay attention and we look around, we see those opportunities there.
Here, you want to see what's another mundane? I mentioned it before.
Yes.
This would have been a woo-woo 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
The type of stuff we could do now. Mm-hmm. Now this is so mundane.
Yep.
And also this had crystals in it. Like most technology have crystals in it. So that's talking about reframing, the mundane. This is mundane. Our computers and stuff. This would have been, remember how big the computers, they were like so big, like 30 years ago.
Well, yes, when they first came out, they took a room. What was it that they said to get Apollo 11 that landed on the moon?
Yeah.
To get that the computers to make that happen were about what you had in a calculator, a handheld calculator, not on your phone.
Right. So. I mean, the GPS, right? They need a satellite for that and all that.
Yep.
Technology. Hi, Heather. Soul Alchemy.
Soul Alchemy with Indigo Jaguar, Teresa, Care Bear. Care Bear was just saying they have so much laundry in a house of 5. Rossi is here. Look at everybody. See, all of the best chatters are here.
Absolutely. The 3 of Cups. So let's get more woo-woo mundane stuff. The more woo-woo mundane. Today, Heather, we're doing on the woo-woo, but in a very mundane way. Mm-hmm. So, okay. My mother's 80. I live with her, but we are 2 levels. And I live on the middle floor, and she lives upstairs. Upstairs, it's bigger, it's brighter, and all that. But upstairs, it's hard for her. And also, it doesn't go to the backyard, so she always feels it's very open and nice, but it's like for her to go to the backyard, she would have to go down the stairs and all the way around. In the other house we had, it was like where you had a living room and you could go right to the backyard. So she always said, "Oh, I wish I have that, even though this is a nice house. It's not really convenient." I will always worry about her falling down the stairs.
Of course.
And the shower. And she's still independent, but she is getting older and she's slowing down. Mm-hmm. So about 2 months ago, they started to switch it. So not only that, I was praying about it because it costs money. And also upstairs, it's bigger, nicer. So you just don't want to come down here. Here it's nice. 1 room and it's bigger. And that's all she needs. Her husband died 4 years ago. But so what the plan is, they're going, this is a prayer answered, just to clarify. They're going to open this window here and make it into a French door. And we have my sister-in-law is a designer. What do you call it?
An interior designer.
Well, it helps to have family who's in it because, and so they're gonna open this up, put a little porch, the shower here. They're gonna make it to the floor, and the garage is right here, and the side door only have 2 steps. Now, for me, I know I have to go all the way up, but it's much bigger. I have an extra room, so I can make that into a big altar. So these are prayer answered. Just like the diabetic thing, it's kind of a prayer answered.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is like prayer answered, whether you praying for it or not. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So I, just in case you were wondering what I was doing, I was looking down because I was using this wonderful woo-woo thing because I'm an overachiever. I was looking for a definition of miracle. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
A surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by nature or scientific laws and is therefore considered to be the work of a divine agency. a highly improbable or extraordinary event, development, or accomplishment that brings very welcome consequences. So, an amazing product or achievement or an outstanding example of something. So,
I like that. Could it's a great reminder that doesn't have to be like
right.
ta-da.
So, my question for the chat is how many of you have seen, we'll say, in the last 7 days, something that you would consider a miracle or
Mundane.
miraculous?
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you saw it at the Mundane, but it's actually a miracle.
Hmm. Yes.
The point of like it's woo woo even for me. I'm not sharing anything new, woo woo, but it's really like the more you share about miracles, whatever. When I hear other people do their show, when they're talking, it gives me a memory trigger thing for me, you
Hmm.
know. So that's what it's about. It's also because 2024 we're heading into where society becomes more in tune. That's where we want to go, to the positive. To the negative is that they want to suppress people's intuition.
Yes.
Intuition is very important because you can listen to that over any propaganda, misinformation, and things
Hmm.
like that. So that's something you want to keep nurturing.
Yes.
And that's pretty much where that four cup comes from, where to get to understand how this is so important and not to dismiss it. That
Yes.
fourth cup,
Yeah.
the miracles every day if you're open to seeing them. To some people,
I
me
agree.
having a roof over my head, I know we think it's nothing, but some people are praying for that.
Well, of course. Yeah. And I think for me, it's also one of those things, we talked about, the, you were not familiar with the idea of glimmer globes or glimmers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think glimmers are one of those things, Sylvia, to where when we start to recognize the small things that add to our bucket instead of deplete them, we get more of them because the universe says, oh, you know what to do with these. We'll give you more of them.
Yeah,
Uh,
perfect. Good, perfect with the glimmer globe. Exactly. It's something about having that, like noticing it. So, and I don't know if it comes more of it. I think probably comes more of it, but it's probably aware what we already always have around us.
mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's. I think any time that there is a form of divination that shows up for me, and I pay attention. Excuse me. It's not you, it's me. I didn't get a full nap today. But anytime we see something, we get that divination or we hear that voice of the divine, it's very important. Um, listening to the radio and hearing the song or the lyric that tells us exactly what we need.
That's why I think when they have this idea about we're all one, it's literally like that. So let's see what Care Bear, but she's I'm sorry, I think you're female. Yeah, that's female. But anyway, that contractor came. Oh, did he start his story beforehand? No. That contractor came a few days earlier to discover a water leak in a rental property we are renovating. Water was leaking through the ceiling. I can't imagine how much worse it would have been.
Wow. That's important. Wow.
Nancy said, personally have found as I've grown older and don't have much on my plate, I can see the glimmers. Just a quick review. What is the glimmer for the people watching? But just that word, not the whole, globe thing.
A glimmer is something that is when our body is in our body, our mind, our body, and our spirit is all lined up, where we feel safe, we feel very connected. It is the opposite of a trigger to where it makes us feel very unsafe. A glimmer are those times when they make us feel safe.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah, I know they have an image like you just sit down and you look at the sky,
mhm.
things like that. Because you're using the globe where you're putting all the thank you, gratitude, kind of like the gratitude.
Sure.
It
Yes.
brings you comfort. Go, oh yeah, today I made soup. I mean, simple, you know.
So true. It's very true.
Okay, so Care Bear feel the glimmer with her children. Awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful. Up higher a little every to Nancy had said there are miracles every day if you are open to seeing them. And
Crazy.
Heather,
Oh, oh, there
chats
we go. Let's bring it up.
yeah, chats a jumping.
There are miracles every day if you're open to seeing them. For me, coming across art I haven't seen in years, that shows how much I have grown, and it feels good. I was thinking about a lot of stuff I've done in the past that I didn't give appreciation to it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and now I see it as things that were given to me that were like the glimmer, like the universe was always supporting me,
Sure.
that I probably didn't, I didn't recognize or appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a healing session and it was about my backyard and horse. And when I turned on the news, after the first two stories was about lady backyard and next was about the horse, blew my mind.
Oh,
Oh, so you're talking about synchronicity, that kind of thing.
are synchronicities miracles?
I think so.
I agree with
I
you.
mean, you're connected, you're aware of it. It's
Yes.
like, I think if you're that, I know that the more I'm into it, the more it does come. So I think it's kind of like the universe, like you said, kind of go, oh, he or she are paying attention to it.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yes.
So the next miracle mundane thing I have is, Chariot Voices from the Swamp.
Yes.
Okay. What does she have to do with it? Well, I started a channel about 2 years ago. So in the beginning, you know how it is, try and figure out how to do the basic of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my friend Angela, Dance with Angela. She'd done a lot of videos with me. After a while, I was ready to explore with other people. So I was following Sanja Rain Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she used to do Friday nights reading with, Kevin and things like that.
Yeah.
So I private messaged her. And my spirit guide's like, you need to go out, get out, like doing what Gerald
Uh-huh.
is doing right now. And I was like, I'm not shy, but I was being really slow, like years slow. I had another channel before that and everything. So I asked her, I had no problem. I asked her, and she said,
Mm-hmm.
sure. So when she came around 2 different times, I delayed it. It's like I was kind of sabotaging myself.
Mm.
So what happened is I watched, and this I didn't know Sherry that well. So I was watching one of her live, and she had a guest. I'm not going to tell you who. You don't see her often. So the guest was rude. So I wrote to her. I emailed her. And don't try to figure out because she did hundreds of videos since. So um, I was like, that woman was up because Cherry was new, and you could tell she made her uncomfortable. So
Mm-hmm.
so we start talking. Before we knew it, we did a live. So the universe, the divine's like, okay, we try to tell you to collaborate with others.
Mm-hmm.
You actually did that part, but then when she actually gave you the opportunity, you kept delaying it. Enough with the delay. So what happened is they found another person because I wasn't going to Sherry or emailing her about that. I was just talking to her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I didn't even know her. So
Mm-hmm.
this was what way in the beginning. And Cherry was just learning how to read, and so we did a collaboration. I happened to tell her, let's do mediumship, not
Uh-huh.
realizing that she's been told during that time to start doing mediumship.
Sure.
So
Yes.
not only was she helping me, I end up helping her because I was like one of the first person. I was the first person for her to do mediumship with like George Washington and
Oh,
Abraham.
nice.
So the spirit guide will utilize us, and that's very mundane. Like how many, probably so many story, co-worker stories, things like that. How miracles would happen. It's kind of like prayers answered even before you do prayers. This what I would get from this lesson. But I wasn't praying about collaborating. I just
Mm-hmm.
knew that I had to start to get somewhere. So this
Yes.
is prayer answered before even I start asking for prayer. So really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, Nancy added something into the chat, and
you're not able to bring it up, even though
I
are you
can't
able?
I can't highlight it.
Oh, okay. So let me see. I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
she's
know? Go ahead.
no, you first.
Juno Spears shared so many incredible miracles with us earlier today. Such a blessing to me. I would love to hear from all of you. Most of you here, well, some of you are YouTubers. To do, but you already are doing that. I was just sharing with Gerald. We did something with the Cool Clone, where she created about revealing the future. So it's
Uh-huh.
already happening. This is where we're not doing anything. We're just picking up the collective. And so it's showing up in different variation about um, where we're heading, which is noticing miracle, being in tune, not just being the new age woo woo, like in a very, like everybody, not just the new ager kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though in our community we are like the new age, but it's becoming more and more normalized. Uh,
Yes.
okay, let's see. Yes, Nancy, I listened earlier. It was amazing. She's a beautiful soul. I think it's
Mm.
miraculous connecting with all of you. I don't have anyone that shares my interest in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So even though I say everybody has it, it's not like I could share this stuff right now with certain people in my family and anything.
Certainly
They'll be
not.
like, okay.
Yeah. And Juno was sharing on a live with me today. She was sharing how she was given opportunities to learn some things that have helped her a great deal.
What was the name of the title?
It was a casual with Juno Sphere.
Oh,
So it
Chadwell.
was on
Okay.
my channel today. So that was great. And Heather is heading away. Good night, Heather. So, so I'm also thinking, I think about the idea of miracles, and I also think the Five of
Oh,
Pentacles
I loved it.
is about miracles, because this is the card of asking for help. It's also the card of receiving help, because we need to oftentimes, it was about a year ago or less than a year ago, Sylvia, where someone had mentioned the Five of Pentacles is the card of offering help as well as receiving it. Isn't that what a miracle is? I think you talk about it all. It you were praying for something, so you were asking for it. You also need to be open to receiving it, which is sometimes can be a problem with the Five of Pentacles.
I I could tell you something, but I'm not going to go in detail. But think of love life. So I remember praying something about love life. I was receiving. I was getting it. I noticed I was self-sabotaging it.
Ah,
So that's receiving it too. And because you show that picture, guess what? I have a story that's a miracle.
ooh, please tell, please
So I
tell.
was going to Penn Station. I live in Queens, but I don't live in the city. So I had to take the Penn Station. It's not the subway. It's a little nicer than in certain areas don't have the subway. They have the
Mhm.
Penn Station, especially as you head into the end of Queens to Long Island. So I was walking toward Penn Station and it was really cold. So I went to get tea. So I got the tea and I didn't drink it yet. It was still uncovered. It's still like covered. I go outside, I see man, like no legs. He had legs up to his knee,
Ooh,
like from the knee up. And I gave him the tea. I'm like, here's the tea. And when I turned around, like I walked a few couple steps and I turned around, he wasn't there. So how a man with, I mean,
you
now
know,
that's the real boo boo. That's not the thing.
yes, yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's not. He had no legs, so he would have had to hobble away. You know what I mean?
yes. Well, and I think one of the things that is important is with this, we're doing this, and when this happens, I think it's important for us to realize sometimes we are the person who can offer, who we can be the miracle. We can give people the miracle. Maybe that person was really hoping for a cup of tea or something warm. If it was an angel in disguise, probably.
Now that I'm talking to you, and this is like 10 years plus, yeah, I I thought at first it was like, oh wow, the tea was for him, but makes me wonder.
Yeah. So I think, part of that miracle is we have to complete the circuit. Rossi said, I never asked mediumship questions. Today I asked, and my great grandmother said, ask for help.
Okay,
Well,
hello. This is sign of synchronicity. This is where everything is just in alignment. Yeah, that's miraculous. Yeah, you know what? You're just reminding me that sometimes we could pray, we could ask for miracle and all that, but it's happening anyway,
yes.
and that's great. That's
But
great.
I want to bring up that key point of we have to be willing to complete the circuit, because when we are connected, when we are feeling, when we take our time to meditate or to see beauty in the world, then we are able to know, I need to give this person this tea. Somebody who is not connected, they wouldn't even have looked up to notice anybody else around them. They would have gotten the tea and they would have been done. So I'm looking for the Morgan Greer 5 of Pentacles.
I'm so happy. See, it's just happening. Like I wasn't even thinking about that example, and that's like over a decade ago.
And you still remember it, and that's the beauty in it.
Oh yeah. And see, that's how I love about our channel. When we do these things, our spirit guide goes through us. It's amazing. Connecting with the best shatters.
Yes. Oh, connecting
with best shatters, the 3 of Cups.
Yep.
It was Gerald and Heather.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
It's the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Coins. So that is very nice, because it does offer that a sense. It's like Mother Mary giving you an embrace. It's true.
And I'm kind of curious what the 5 of Pentacles look like in the Light Seers. Yeah, let me see. Hold on. You go ahead. Share your story in the meantime, though.
Okay, so recently, I have had transportation issues for about the last 8 months, where I don't have reliable transportation due to various issues. I had she's locked outside of a door, is what Care Bear says.
Let's see.
Locked outside of a door, for maybe in the Light Seers.
Oh, this one, yes.
Yep.
Sometimes, we feel like that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Like we're not being heard. And it's right there. Got the key. She's not taking it up. Kind of go what Gerald was saying about reutilizing it.
She's not turning her head in order to be able to see what the opportunities are around her.
Wow. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah. So I go on an annual fishing trip with my brothers. Annual fishing trip. I don't fish, but I was going down there for this one, and my car stopped working. In transportation too. I was about 45 minutes out from an hour and a half trip, so I was halfway there. Called my brother. And my brother, it was great. He was like going, well, where are you? Or can you drive back home? We'll pick you up. We'll do this. I mean, the miracle is that he didn't even miss a beat on coming up with options. And so I ended up storing my car at my sister's. So I was still able to have this great experience.
You know what? That is a miracle. You're like, oh, how is that a miracle? She was taken care of.
Yes. Yes.
Automatically. I mean, that's just a brother sister thing. They will help each other out. And everybody has that.
Yes.
And some people would complain. Gerald could complain the whole way. Oh, da, 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 da. I'm sure he wasn't happy about the car, but he made the best of it.
Yes. Well, and to be honest with you, I expected not to be able to go. And I was going to be disappointed. And it was just one of those things. Well, and then the miracles kept coming, because it was like, okay, so my sister lived about 20 minutes away, so I was able to travel to her. I asked, and then it was just like, well, we can take you to where you're meeting so that you don't lose that time. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I mean, it's like, holy mackerel. It was really, really beautiful.
Make me happy hearing that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just, I don't know.
Well, simply because I asked for help, and then I was, going with the flow. And I have to say, Care Bear, it was the fact that, not everybody has great family experience. I said that this was what was going on, and lo and behold, 3 of my family members stepped up and made it work. And it was like, okay, that's really, really amazing.
It is. So. And yeah. And funny, I was like, let me grab another deck. So I grabbed the deck. And as I was shuffling, what came out?
The Chariot. Oh, the 4 of Cups. Oh my gosh.
So we are in alignment, guys. We are in alignment. That's important. I've been learning about the 4 of Cups in a whole new way for a couple of months.
So what did you think about it before?
The 4 of Cups?
Yes.
Somebody who was bored, wasn't paying attention to opportunity, but I never thought of it as like being dismissive to the miracles around you. Being dismissive to like opportunity, or the divine is literally, or divine, or whatever, however you connect, it's always been there. But I'm too focused either in the monkey mind or, whatever. I just seen it in a whole different way about that part of the woo-woo, even for me, it's about the idea of how we dismiss the miracle in the very mundane to the big way.
It's true.
True. But how would you see the 4 Cup a little differently from this?
Well, I do see the 4 of Cups as well. I like what Care Bear said about in the Pulp Tarot, a spoiled brat energy, So.
Oh yeah, I really haven't explored with it before. You know what? Yes, totally a spoiled brat. Bored. Oh, ho hum.
Yeah. Right. I think for me is this is the lethargy. It's not, not going. It's like, yeah. But what I've learned from looking at the card is going, this is a reminder to me. Hi, Jamie. I need to keep moving and looking for things with expectancy that what I need will be there. Because if I'm tunnel visioned, I only see that. I need to put those blinders down. I need to move my head and to see what's available so that I can notice it.
Love that. That's what I'm going to take away from that today. Tunnel vision. Mm-hmm. When there are things already offered to you.
Yes.
And you're not seeing it.
Yes. And I think I think it's one of those things to where we miss opportunities simply because we're not
trained like the glimmer globe. You're not trained. Like you're training yourself. There you go. We're
What
training
Sylvia
ourselves
had. Yes.
basically to notice the mundane and to the very fantastical. There are people who don't want to even share the very fantastical because they're worried about, you know, it looking too woo woo, or they're worried about not being believed, like UFOs and stuff. You either want to tell or you don't want to tell.
What the
Even like I've been surprised people who have really miraculous thing and they don't share it.
Mhm.
Another card that popped up with the Five of Cup. So I'm trying to figure out how to Five of Cup. Like not paying attention, we lead to a lot of disappointment.
And it's really crying over spilled milk instead of allowing the grief to flow through you and to turn around so that you can see what remains.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you curious? Now I'm curious. What are the cup that's there for me already?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Wow. That's cool.
Exactly.
You know what? I almost was like, I don't know if it was my ego or it's like, are they going to really understand why I'm sharing the most mundane things? And you guys are getting it. So I'm happy about it. Okay, let's see what Care Bears say. I love tarot memes where they say, I said no whipped cream on my latte.
Yes, that's funny. Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that, so that's pretty funny. Four Cup, rejecting gift just because it's not exactly as we expect. Did or dreamt of it. Oh my God. Can you imagine like missing out opportunity to be with a partner because of all this expectation or assumption?
Of course I can, because I've done it.
I know,
I've
me too.
limited
That's
it.
why. Oh my
Yes, I've
God.
limited. Yeah.
And here's another one. For me, the tarot helps me to focus on spiritual things. The cards have different meanings at different time when you read intuitively.
Yes.
I know most of us can pick up intuitively, and
Mm-hmm.
because we see signs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, and I do tarot, but I've given up on it for like 15 years or so. But because I have the shadow, kind of a tool and individual. But I've been learning new things about it because I tend to go, let's do this word, bet shatter. What bet shatter could be seen as
Mm-hmm.
the Three of Cups?
Yes.
Never thought of it like the Four of Cups. But it actually helps to fine tune. You
Yes.
know, it's really cool.
Well, see, and therein lies, there's an opportunity for you right there, is to go through, pick a tarot deck, any tarot deck. Right now I have the Robin Wood with me, and look at it and pull out a card and, okay, what is the miracle aspect of the Wheel of Fortune?
That your life could change.
That your life could change. It could change for the better, even though in the moment it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
What's the miracle of temperance?
Testing the water out.
Mm-hmm. Allowing angels to step in to help find you, to help you find your balance.
Maybe more fully. Not 1 foot out, 1 foot out.
Yes.
And
I
that
also,
goes with the five of the coin.
yes, this for me also is a card about, this is for, I'm a very good manifester.
You know what? We got to do that one day. Let's do another video another time doing that, what you're doing right now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I want to finish the story. I got started. I have to finish. So the idea of is with temperance. Temperance for me is the witchcraft card of the deck, because it's about putting the pieces and parts of things that don't normally work together and making them work together. That's the miracle. It's like, oh wow, I didn't expect that to happen. So,
and I guess I'm on a love vibe, especially after yesterday. How two people could seem so different, but they fit so perfectly.
yes.
Wow. Because sometimes like-mindedness doesn't help you grow. So a little bit of differences help you to grow.
I like the idea of, my high priestess says this. It's you don't want you. Oh God, how does she say it? It's the idea of, you want to be with, it's not like great minds think alike. It's actually great minds think in the same channels or in the same directions.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the beauty of the way we think about it, how it's different, that allows us to fine tune it.
Yeah, it reminds me of like teamwork, how we
Yeah.
all offer something, the three of coin.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's really cool. I love it. Okay,
Yes.
let's see what else we have here. Um, for me, the tower helped me. Okay, that sorry. When we are in an attitude of gratitude, we just reject the blessings Spirit give us. We are only given more of what we are to satisfy with. But you know what it is that I get a lot of time? It's not just the gratitude thing. It's also not recognizing it. That's part of why you and Jamie did the Glimmer Globe. It's not just about feeling safe, but you're training yourself to notice things,
It's
along with,
exercising that awareness of them. And
yeah.
they, you saw
I do
my,
pay attention to both of you a little bit.
yeah. Well, and let's face it, you saw my glimmers. Some of my glimmers are I made soup today.
It's simple.
Great. I was I was able to be I was under a blanket.
One of it that I liked, you said something like, which I could understand. You were like, you had a feeling about something, about a friend,
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
found out was true. And
Mhm.
you were like, it's not like an ego thing. It's like that. Oh, that was legit. I could trust
Yes.
myself, and that's important. Like
Yes.
you trust your intuition.
Very true.
Uh, what is your zodiac sign, Gerald? You you are good at manifesting. She's a Gemini.
Under True Sky, I am a Libra Gemini.
Oh,
Under the tropical, I am a Scorpio Cancer. I'm much more of a Libra. So I'm a Libra Gemini. So it is hard to see Care Bear sometimes. You're right.
it's hard to see it. I think the point of it woo woo even for me, and we're gonna start seeing other YouTubers do more similar type of thing, but different type, because I think as society we are gonna see it more. Kind of like we know UFOs though it's been around, but we've been trained to not look at it like the four cup. Something is not just us not noticing it, but we've been trained to not look at it. You
Hmm.
know,
Yes. Well, and that's if we were to make it okay for children, and this is Gerald's pontificating. If we were to make it okay for children to still have that sense of wonder as they go out into the world, there would be a lot more miracles being happening and being recognized instead of discounting them.
discounting. That's another thing I'm going to learn the four cup. Instead of like dismissing, it could be discounting. I
That's
mean, the
true.
same thing, but dismissing is like purposely a little bit. Discounting is like being trained to discount, kind of. I don't
Yes.
know, something like that.
Well, and the other thing about miracles, and this is for me, and oh, here I should get this out. The other thing about miracles is we have to do the work in order to fully manifest some of these miracles. You actually pray for things, and then you are open to it. If you want to find a new job, look for new opportunities, but keep showing up, keep doing the work, update your resume. The universe is not miracles are not a cosmic cash register. They're that unexpected bolt, that unexpected stroke of lightning that's just, oh wow.
I think we find the four cup easier to be in as we get older. Cause I could see it. Like, oh my God, how many times I did not see that fourth cup. I like that, Sylvia, the nuance of word can evolve that meaning. Totally.
That's
So
true.
let's see. I think I shared. Oh, here's the fun one. Jinda Fei? She's a
Yes. Uh-huh.
okay. You had her, but she's like I can't remember where I've seen her, but she's all over there
Uh-huh.
too. So this is where I'll admit, because there's so many readers, you know, sometimes I don't give it um validity because after being in metaphysics for 30 years, I'm a little jaded sometimes. And
Uh-huh.
also sometimes could have read so fast. I don't think you could get deep enough. And so also that's why I try to save it and listen to it later. But sometimes it may not be deep; it's kind of surface. So at one point, Ginger had a card, and she said, "Oh, I see a dragonfly."
Mhm.
And something significant about dragonfly. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Because she had a card of a dragonfly. Nothing personal. I would have said that to anybody else said that, you
Mhm.
know? And so after the reading, I go outside. I live in Queens. Now, we do have a dragonfly, but once in a blue moon. Very
Sure.
rarely. Maybe in the countryside or like in
Mhm.
Long Island. Um, so I would see maybe one. So I go outside to the backyard. I come back in. I see, and it kind of became like a cartoon. Sometime when I start seeing things mystically, become like a cartoon a little bit. I don't know because my brain can handle it. It's just like becomes like kind of. I saw like 4 or 5 come out of nowhere, and they were kind of unusual. I have not seen them since. Been over a year or whatever. So
Wow.
I always tell Ginger, "Oh my God, it was so literal." Like I would really be in that 4 cup. I was that person, like, yeah, whatever, with that
Mhm.
information she gave me.
Yes.
And they showed it to me. And not only that, I haven't seen it since. To see 4, and they were a little unusually big. And it was kind of like a slow-mo kind of thing. I wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't like I went in the backyard. I wasn't thinking about it. So that showed me. That showed me.
Yes, it did, and and you noticed it, and you're also paying attention to if you see any more
I don't. I,
because
Yeah, but I don't pay attention to it. In the beginning, I did. I was like, I want
yeah.
another dragon. It didn't hadn't happened, except when I went to the countryside. But it was like 8 months later. And with one. So she grew up in Manhattan and lived in Queens for a few years. Queen Village, awesome. So we have any more before we wrap up?
No, that's what I have. Oh, sorry, shouting. No, that's what I got. This has been great. Oh my goodness.
I enjoyed it. It really opened my eye to the idea of how often I do get miracles
Hmm.
without being like, woo, the obvious, you know, come out of the sky type of miracle.
Yes.
And how it kind of humbled me a little bit. And I learned so much with the 4 cup, 5 of coins, the 5 of cup.
Well,
And
and I think and let me be very clear. There's nothing wrong with the heavens opening up and light coming down
oh, I
type
love
of
it.
miracles.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, I do feel that's going to happen for us more and more, just in
Hmm.
general, as society, literally, because it's just the timing.
I love that. What do you
Yeah.
have coming up the rest of the week?
For me, actually, this Saturday, I'm having a year 2024 reading with Sherry, Heather, and Patty, who does like work life balance.
Okay.
And I do reading like once a week. Sometime I have pre-recorded video come down on Tuesday,
Hmm.
but I'm open to any of you want to collab, new ideas. I'm always open.
Well, we're going to have to, when we're done with this, we're going to have to schedule when we can look through a tarot deck and apply it to how a miracle could be in each of the
That's
78 cards.
I want to do that. We're gonna do a thing on miracle, and we're gonna try to see that in every card. That as
Yep.
he said, he created that. So definitely,
Yep.
definitely. And that's an example of the 4 cup, how everything could be seen as a miracle. I just realized after like 20 something years of doing the tarot, because somebody mentioned it, and it was so obvious how we are or been every card of the tarot card.
Yes.
Never thought of it that way. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, and that's an interesting thing because oftentimes we hear about the major arcana as the hero's, the fool's journey.
right.
So the fool goes through the 21 cards. Well, we also go through that with the minor arcana.
Right. And I never realized that all the 4 queens are the empress, all the 4 of king is the emperor.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we could go on and
I
on.
love it. Well, heck, I mean, this. I love this idea of maybe it's for a future Tarot the Stash way. You pick an idea and follow all 78 cards through
Let's do it.
how can that work.
Absolutely. Yes. Alrighty. So take care, and let's keep supporting each other, and keep going with all of our creativity. I appreciate all of you for your YouTube as well. And if you're thinking of doing a YouTube channel, start
Do
and do it slowly and go for it. Don't let anything slow you down. That 4 Cup talking to you, where they're telling you to, it doesn't have to be a YouTube channel, but something. This is the message for you, whether you've been writing a book and want to contact somebody and yada, 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 go for it. Because you don't want to end up like the 5 Cup, disappointed. All righty.
There you go.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.